I can't lie. I've been pulling all these strings, now my hands tied. Know they love to kick you when you down, so I stay. I ain't got the time, baby girl, I'm trying to take time. They threw dirt all on my name, I came back making landslides. Moving like I never had the chances in my past life. It's that show of heart, there ain't no beat.
We're in Salt Lake City for NBA All-Star, where all weekend long I've been chatting with NBA players, checking out events, and my favorite part of the weekend was meeting you, the fans. Welcome to Salt Lake City.
Now here's Giddey. 2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. Hi, everyone. We welcome you to the NBA All-Star Game. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg.
And you know what? This is probably, Kevin, my favorite date on the NBA calendar. I mean, with the amazing collection of players we have here tonight, this year promises to be an epic event.
Absolutely.
Guys, it always is. I mean, the privilege of playing in this game means so much to every one of these players. I mean, being on this huge stage brings out the best in the NBA's biggest superstars.
Now a look at the West All-Stars starting lineup. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Jokic. Then it's Trae Young. Then it's Morant. And it's LeBron in at the 3, the small forward.
I love this event so much because it combines the world-class ability of these players with the freedom of the playground.
Yep, it's the greatest and certainly the most fun pickup game these players will ever play in.
And this has become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power in attendance here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand, the biggest names from the sports world, music stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
So the East able to put the first points up on the board. Here's James, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And he's been a gem this year. I mean, there have been so many highlights for him all over the first half of this season.
And I've got a feeling, Greg, he's just getting warmed up. I think he'll be even better after the All-Star break.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And we know Young is supremely confident from range and knocking down those 3 balls like it's no problem at all. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
The West All-Stars shooting their first free throws of the game. Free throw, good. Jokic.
Not sure if anybody has a better feel for the game than the man standing at the line. Jokic in elite company in that respect.
And Jokic drops them both. Here's Doncic. Kicks it out to Harden. Back to DeRozan. And here's Doncic from the arc. Hits it from three-point range. Doncic has got 5.
And this is how you want to start the ball game. 4 for 4 from the field. Seems like they're right on point and can't miss.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Young against Harden. Fires from deep. And Trae Young hits the 3. He's got 6.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And that's the connection Leonard has with his guys. Knows when to go for that alley-oop.
Well, I think, as is always the case, the story of the game tonight won't have a lot to do with defense. That's the way it always is. I mean, a half-court alley-oop or a spectacular behind-the-back pass, that's exactly what the people want to see in this game.
Here's LeBron after the made shot from Joel Embiid. Fades away, and it's Jokic missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
DeRozan passes to Embiid. Good ball movement here by the East. Fires the three. And another three from the East.
You know what, guys? I really think they want to see more of that from DeRozan. Make that three-point shot a bigger part of his arsenal.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Olson. David.
Kevin, Jason Kidd and I talked a few minutes ago. He was looking over the lineups and he said, I've never seen such even matchups all my life. The talent on both sides is just insane. I asked him if he had a game plan for tonight, and he told me he thought about it, have some ideas, but that's not what this is about. It's a showcase for the best of the best, guys.
All right, David, thanks. Here's what the East is going with right now. Adebayo is checked in for Joel Embiid. Antetokounmpo comes in for Kevin Durant. Butler, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Kyrie Irving in for James Harden. And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
Paul George with the steal. Young up top. 6 points for him. And the dunk by Towns.
Well, easy does it, Towns is saying to himself. Forget about the threes right now. I'm going to go with the flush.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the East. Back to Butler. The three. It's rebounded by the West. George with no one around. That's in coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 3 assists in the game. Feeds it to Butler. Paul George with the steal. Young with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. .122 left to play in the first quarter. Young with no one around. Bangs home the trifecta. Young's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Already finding his spots and capitalizing, playing really efficient basketball.
Bucket is good.
Boy, what a brilliant find by Doncic.
The West leading by 3. Booker outside. Passes to Towns. It's George on the wing. And the West hit again from deep.
Boy, what a slick move that time. Made the defense look absolutely clueless.
Butler from outside. Nailed from three-point land.
And this game literally has been wide open. As wide open as it gets.
Yeah, both teams completely neglecting their defensive duties.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
You know, great rebound there. What you have to like about Towns, I mean, he puts forth the effort. He gives you the work. And that's a big part of being successful. You got to work it.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And the East with some changes. Chris Middleton's checked in for Adebayo. Garland comes in for Kyrie Irving. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Doncic. The West also making some changes. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Gobert. And Bradley Beal subbed in for Booker. Now a timeout called by the East.
And team strategies mostly guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Pack.
The East trail by 6. Lillard scanning the floor. And here's Garland for 3. Valanciunas against Antetokounmpo. Butler in the corner. Tries again. They shoot again. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Man, that was a remarkable pump fake from Antetokounmpo. I mean, he's really good at selling that shot fake.
The East All-Stars shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
You really have to appreciate and respect the spirit Giannis plays the game with, an attitude of joy and unselfishness, a beacon of energy and enthusiasm for his team. They all feed off of him. He's one of the most popular players in the world.
And both free throws good for Giannis. Now, here is Young. He's got 9. Butler with the steal. Out of bounds, it'll be the West All-Stars ball. Young for 3. Hands it from downtown. Young's got 12.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor space.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. It's the West All-Stars. They're up by 7. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. With you again on the most entertaining night on the NBA calendar. 1 quarter down and 3 to play in the All-Star game.
And guys, we've already seen some unbelievable action here tonight.
And there will be plenty more to come. We know that. All-Star action never disappoints.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the East. They trail by 7.
A little light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight. And that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
We've got Harden. Durant is out there with Embiid, and it's DeRozan, and it's Lillard in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars. Durant, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Yeah, this is a testament to how competitive Durant is, able to score against physical defenders.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the West All-Stars.
Well, you know, they've been aggressive on the defensive end, and it's paying off for them. Quite a few takeaways for them in the early going.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
Ja Morant, he's checked in for the West. And George kicks to Morant. Pass to Jokic. Clock at 6. And the West hit again from deep.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of it. Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads-up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Doncic is checked in for the East. Braun, he's checked in for the West. Booker comes in for Trae Young. James with it. Morant outside. Pass to Booker. Lets it go with a three. East grabs the miss. To the inside. And here's KD for three. Jokic grabs the miss. The West leading by 8. Inside. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Jokic. Leonard's got 6 points.
Elite at moving the ball. Jokic is one of the best passers in the league, regardless of position. No doubt he's the best 5-man passer for sure.
Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Craig. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe.
Well, I don't think it would be a bad idea. I mean, they could use all the second chance points they can get.
The West All-Stars have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. Free throw, good. Jokic. And in today's NBA, there are more and more female coaches than ever before. And Clark, that extends to the front office, too.
Kevin, I think it's a trend that will continue. I mean, the NBA and society realizing that diversity in all of its forms is a real strength. And the growth of the women's game producing some outstanding coaching and front office candidates.
Timeout called, East All-Stars. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
The West All-Stars making a switch here.
Kevin Durant.
Gobert's checked in. And there's the... And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking and the game continues on.
All-Star Dance Pack. There you go, fans. That was your dancers.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. A nice shot by Booker.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The East trail by 12. Irving drives in. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 4th assist in this one. And a great job to get that angle on a tremendous drive.
And a bucket like that one might be just what they need to cut into this lead.
Morant finds James. Gobert against Adebayo. Gobert down low. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. 4 on the clock. And LeBron James with the 3. LeBron's got the lead up to 13 now for the West All-Stars. Doncic looking it over. Hits the three-point bomb. Doncic has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
You know, that's a real key for Doncic. I mean, when the three-point shot is dropping for him, his guardability goes off the charts.
Now here's Morant. Down low, here's Booker. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Booker's got 4 points in the quarter.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And here's Morant after the three-pointer from KD. High arcing shot, and it's Morant missing. The East trail by 9. And Irving gets it to go on the assist from DeRozan. Irving's got 8 points.
Well, a nice room service feed from DeRozan. Couldn't get more wide open than that.
Back to Morant. At the top of the key, Gobert. To the paint. Here's Booker. There's the pass to Leonard. Gets the 14-footer to fall. He's got 8.
That may not be his first choice, but Kawhi's not going to pass it up if it's there for him. Good decision to take the quick jumper off the catch.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert. East All-Stars have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
You know, what comes to mind first when you think of Irving is his handle. Rush hour tight, but also his dynamic ability as a scorer.
Here's what the East is going with right now. Giannis, he's checked in for Adebayo. Butler comes in for Kevin Durant. Chris Middleton's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Luka Doncic. That misses, so he splits the free throws. The West leading by 8. To the middle, here's LeBron, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
Hey, when Giannis is lurking nearby, you got to be careful because his wingspan can erase a lot of shots.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the West. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Now, Antetokounmpo after the missed 3 from Trae Young. Back to Irving. Here's the 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Irving's got 8 here in the quarter.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's George for 3. The basket good off the assist from Young. Young's got his 4th assist in this one. The East trail by 8. Stolen by George. Beal up top. He's covered by Irving. And that one is good from Bradley Beal.
And there's not an area on the floor where Beal can't do damage. He is a handful for any defense he goes up against.
Here's Giannis. It's rebounded by the West. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
3rd team foul. Substitution on the court.
Leonard looking over the floor.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
The West All-Stars shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. A free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
A superstar who really kind of keeps to himself. Leonard truly leads by example, and it's produced titles.
And so we conclude the first half. West All-Stars lead by 11. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the 3rd quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And hello again. What a showing tonight. A sold-out building is where the action is happening. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. The Western Conference showing off its all-star game chops there in the first half. When the showmanship is ramped up to its highest level, that suits the West just fine. They got a roster that knows how to play the game with flair, and they've been enjoying themselves so far today.
Well, the West are not playing around. They come here to win. They're hitting their shots and playing with real enthusiasm. East better step it up, or this gap is only going to grow in the second half.
A little physicality from the East could go a long way. They've got a talent shot, and then those stops will give them a chance to steal the lead.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Pack.
1 half remaining in the NBA All-Star game. Good to have you along on 2K Sports.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the temperature to start to rise here a little bit in this second half.
Yeah, I'm exactly with you there. I think we'll see a little less showmanship and a little more intensity from here on out.
Well, we're back in a night that's always a highlight of any NBA season. We're live from the All-Star game.
And, you know, you always look forward to this game, and this one certainly has lived up to the billing so far.
There is not another show in sports quite like the NBA All-Star game, is there?
On the court for the West All-Stars, they've got Nikola Jokic. LeBron James is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Young, and it's Morant in at the point guard. Now here's LeBron to the inside. And it's Morant. That time on the assist by LeBron. James has got 3 assists now in this one. The East trail by 11. Doncic dishes to Harden. Back to Doncic. Jacks up a 3. Not going to go that time. And the West will go the other way with it. It's Morant in the corner. Off target from three-point range. Harden with it. Leonard picks him up. Back to Harden. Good ball movement here by the East. Three-pointer. Durant down low. James covering. Harden's shot is off.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. The East making a switch. DeRozan's checked in. Here's Jokic. Opening close and nails it. Jokic has got the lead up to 13 now for the West All-Stars.
That's exactly what you want the offense to produce. A high percentage look for Jokic.
Yep, that one goes.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Durant, a shot off that time. Now the East will take it the other way. Harden finds KD. Out to DeRozan. And here's Doncic from the arc. They get the rebound. Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Joel Embiid. Young outside. Back to Morant. James outside from past the arc. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Embiid's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And the shot goes in. Harden's got his second basket of the night.
Circus shots, creative shots. They're a specialty for Harden. There's a reason why he's won a few scoring titles. He knows how to get it in the basket.
Now, here is Young. 15 points in the game. Outside Leonard. The tray. The basket good. Off the assist from Young. Young's got his 5th assist in this one. Doncic outside. From downtown. Knocks down the 3-ball. Doncic has got 11 points.
Boy, Doncic showing you his competitiveness right there with the back at you 3. The revenge triple.
On its way from Young for 2. And that one's on target from the wings. And the West leads by 9. Here's DeRozan. Here's KD. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Well, that's the kind of pressure Durant puts on the defense. I mean, you just can't sit back and let him do what he wants to. Body up on it, even if you may risk a foul.
A big group substitution here for the East. Giannis, he's checked in for Embiid. Butler comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Garland is checked in for James Harden. And Lillard subbed in for Doncic. Gilgeous-Alexander. Some solid defense from Butler.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander after the made shot from KD. And there's the call on Durant. That'll be his second foul of the game. Chris Middleton's checked in for the East. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to George. The West again cannot hit.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Lillard. And it's Antetokounmpo picking up the assist. Now just a 4-point West All-Star lead. And it's the West All-Stars ball. Booker outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. 1:37 left here in the third quarter. That shot, no good. And here are the East All-Stars. They're on a 14-5 run here. Oh, and that's jammed by Butler.
Now, this is why you run the offense through Damian Lillard. I mean, sure, he's going to get his, but he's also going to make sure others get theirs, too.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Booker. Towns for 3. It's hauled in by the East All-Stars. Giannis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. The game now all-time. Middleton's got his first 2 points.
That was really a platinum-level effort from Middleton. I mean, crafty in how he carved out room for himself on the interior.
Now, here's George. He's got 8. Out to the right wing. Valanciunas passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play. That's going to send Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to the free throw line. It's on Damian Lillard. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Chris Middleton. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Rudy Gobert comes in for Karl Anthony Towns. And Beal subbed in for Devin Booker. Butler, no good.
You know, he's not a knockdown shooter from there, but when you're that uncovered, you almost are forced to take it.
Valanciunas, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the West leads by 5.
And one way Valanciunas generates offense, using that big body to snare the board and keep the play alive.
Butler from outside. The West grabs the miss.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Fades. That shot, no good. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. West All-Stars out in front. They're up by 5. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And we welcome you back. The biggest stars of the league are putting on a show here at the All-Star Game.
And we're seeing some world-class basketball being played here tonight.
That's exactly what you'd expect coming from the absolute greatest players on the planet.
We've got Doncic. Durant is out there with DeRozan. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Harden in at the shooting guard. That's the 5 out there for the East All-Stars.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game, so good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
And that's the kind of bucket they needed. Close game in the second half. Great finish on that one.
Young. Leonard trying to break free. Young, no good. And it's DeRozan with the ball for the East All-Stars. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Doncic against Morant. Doncic with the steal to take the lead. And Embiid, the bucket on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got his 7th assist here tonight. Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
And the West All-Stars with possession. Morant passes to Young. Leonard against KD. The pass to Young. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Young's got 19 points.
What quickness from Young on that play. He gets the ball and gets to his release with great quickness. And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Morant passes to LeBron. It's Young on the wing. A 3-ball. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That'll be his second foul of the game. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
Close games often come down to who makes the big plays on defense. And that is one heck of a rejection right there.
Just a tiny lead for him.
And a chance to make it a little bigger right here.
Durant kicks to Doncic. Off target with his 3. Up top, Morant. Guarded by Doncic. Morant passes to LeBron. Lets it fly. Kept alive.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Yeah, and the number of slams here we're seeing tonight off the charts.
Somebody forgot to tell these guys the dunk contest is on a different night.
And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
Reads the play well there and gets himself in the air at just the right time. Terrific denial.
Passes it to James. And Embiid with the block.
Fantastic defender. Embiid is consistent, not only blocking shots, but going after them as well, especially when he's in the area.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Good on the shot. Young's got 4 points in the quarter.
This is why people are just so high on Young, because he comes through with big shots in the game.
And the basket is good.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
The West trails by 3. Young left side. Good. And the nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 3 assists tonight.
A point who knows his role. Ja loves setting guys up, always looking to pass it.
Now, here's Doncic. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Doncic has got the lead up to 4 now for the East All-Stars. Doncic has gone 4 of 7 from long range, so some big numbers for him outside. Leonard, the pass to Jokic. Count that bucket. 11 points for Jokic.
When it's an important possession, Jokic steps up big.
And finished off by KD.
I hate to say the decibel level just rose about 300% in here.
Certainly sounds like it. I mean, there's nothing these fans love to see more than highlight reel dunks. And that one certainly qualifies.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. They're behind by 4. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Luka Doncic.
And a lot of his points have come from beyond the arc. And that's been big because it's opened the floor for himself and his teammates. And without his work from downtown, their offense would have really struggled.
Leonard inside. Durant's there. Count that one. And the East All-Stars lead has been cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Leonard.
And guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
The West All-Stars making a switch here. Young's checked in. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And Leonard gets it to go.
What strength from Leonard there, not allowing the defense to get the best of him.
To the paint, here's Doncic. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. DeRozan's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. KD against Leonard. It's rebounded by Doncic. One more assist, Clark. He'll have a double-double.
They've relied on him to help control the pace and flow of this offense. He's doing a nice job of it. What confidence from Joel Embiid. Knocked that one down in a clutch situation.
And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the West. 4-point game. Shoots over KD. Another miss by Leonard. It's been a nice stretch for them offensively.
I mean, the communication's great. The movement's been really good. This is solid team basketball.
And you know the ball's going to Harden when the game's tight. Terrific at delivering and producing down the stretch.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
It doesn't look good, even with a quick bucket here.
James Harden at the line for 2.
Shoot 2.
So the first one drops, and that brings them within 5.
Already embracing his role as a leader on this team. Morant brings a strong work ethic and winning mentality to this team.
Well, that time he made the most of that trip to the line and cuts the deficit.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
That championship mentality of Leonard. This is why they go to him in the clutch. Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
Reaching foul. Kevin Durant. 3rd personal foul. 3rd team foul.
He hits the first one, and that brings them within 2.
And a 2-time Finals MVP. Kawhi Leonard, exactly who this team wants at the line.
This is what makes him special, his ability to come through in these spots.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2.
Certainly not the guy you want at the line in this situation. Harden is much in the clutch.
And so both free throws are good. It's a 3-point game.
Those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the three-pointers.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. They're trailing by 3. 16 seconds left to play here in the fourth. 16 seconds left in the game. Gets the three to fall.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot. Well, I tell you, that was double duty right there. He influenced the shot and then got back and cleaned the glass.
And it's Morant missing. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with LeBron James, and it's Nikola Jokic. Then it's Morant, and it's Young in at the two-guard spot. Now here's Harden, following the miss by Jokic. Here's DeRozan. The West All-Stars pull it in. James has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
Doncic not afraid of the moment, actually embraces the spotlight. This guy steps up big when needed most.
Here's Jokic. He can't get it to go. Good D by Embiid. Here's DeRozan. And the rejection by LeBron.
Great anticipation that time from LeBron. He sees the shot forming and gets there to swat it down.
And the East All-Stars call time here. They're up by 2. 1:56 left to play in the first overtime.
East All-Star Dance Pack.
It's extra time here, just over a minute into overtime. Harden, no good. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the West. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And the fact that Leonard can pour it in like tonight, in addition to his defense, is really why he's one of the best two-way players we've ever seen.
Now here's Giannis. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the East leads by 2.
Well, I tell you, the future of the Greek Freak is extremely bright. I mean, he really has shown the ability to deliver in important spots of game.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Now, here's Morant for 3. Offensive rebound. Leonard, no luck.
And you know what? Defensively, both teams have picked it up as we've gotten a little deeper into this game.
A little more competitive fire and intensity being shown out there now.
Count it!
Boy, and just look at what Leonard is doing.
They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
James Harden at the line for 1.
He knocks down the clutch free throw.
Hey, those and one plays can really be backbreakers in a close game.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. They trail by 1. 50 seconds left in overtime. Leonard against Giannis. Looking to get back on track here. LeBron can't get it to go. Game could be on the line right here.
It's now or never.
And here's Doncic from the arc. And no good. And the West will go the other way now. And a wide open look for James. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Team foul. Kawhi Leonard at the line for two.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2.
Big trip for Giannis. Normally at the stripe, he's better in the pressure moments.
So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game. Timeout called here by the East. They're going to talk it over. They're down by 3. There's 25 seconds left in the first overtime. Here's Leonard, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. The West again cannot hit. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
And Harden, so cool under pressure. Definitely not the guy you want to send to the line.
Got a piece of it. And so it looks like it'll be still with the West All-Stars. LeBron outside, beyond the arc. And it's the East with the rebound. Harden way outside. That's good. So the East All-Stars win it.
And guys, while the result and the bragging rights go to the East, this was truly a night that belonged to the fans. I mean, it was another great showcase of the world-class talent across the NBA.
It seems to get better and better every year, doesn't it, Greg? Huh? So fun to watch. It was certainly a fun evening. We thank all of you for joining us and watching with us. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll see you again next time.
플라스틱 컵 살아있는 방 화장실 앞 줄지 않는 줄 빨간색 암실